Now, welcome to a rewatch re-review of Andor Season 1, Episode 5, The Axe Forgets, where we will send it on over to Naboo to begin.
I think this is another episode I didn't appreciate the first time through.
It's a slower episode, yeah.
Right, but now rewatching it like we are, I appreciate a lot of the nuance, a lot of the development, a lot of the deep character stuff, and some of the lore presented here.
I like that it doesn't have to spell everything out for you when it comes to that character development, too. It's not everybody saying exactly this and that is how I feel. You have to infer a lot of things and look a little deeper to understand what's really going on here a lot of the time.
Right, well, let's start at the beginning. First, we see Syril having his first bowl of cereal at home with his judgmental mother.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, so you can just see, the guilt on his face, but, the shame that he had to come home to mom, and, oh, Uncle Harlow, this mysterious benefactor, has to bail us out, and everything Uncle Harlow says is right, and we need to do this for him, and bend over backwards for him. He knows everything, and Syril, you're a failure.
Yeah, that's the main message there, Syril. You don't know anything, and he's going to fix your life for you.
I kind of hope in season 2 we get to meet mysterious Uncle Harlow.
I think
because
we do.
He's like a guru or something.
He's got to be in season 2, yeah.
Because Edie Karn, his mother, will bend over backwards for Uncle Harlow. He knows everything, and Uncle Harlow owes us a favor, and he'll be so pleased I waited until now to cash this in. The first time we see Cassian in this episode, he wakes up in a panic, realizing his stuff is missing, immediately finds, oh yeah, that's right, I have the Sky Kyber on me, but who's going through my stuff? Turns out it was Arvel Skeen, and that Vel asked him to. Arvel has a bunch of tattoos that Cassian recognizes from different stints here and there. But Arvel Skeen has assured Cassian he is there for revenge. Cassian just wants to win and walk away.
Yeah, that is really what he wants to do.
100%.
That is all there is to it for him.
We get another small glimpse next into Mon Mothma's home life with Perrin and Lita. And it's
family stuff.
Family dynamics that are very askewed.
Well, yeah, you can tell Lita, the daughter who we first meet here, is more on Dad's side.
Well, it's interesting because usually mothers and daughters could tend to be close.
Sometimes it's the opposite, though.
True. But it's interesting because Mon and Lita, they had some sort of a plan. Lita's insisting that, no, these plans are not for you and I. They're for you and your job, and I'm there as a showpiece or...
Yeah, look at my daughter.
Right,
yeah.
like a publicity thing, look, there's Mon out having a good time with you. And we don't know if Perrin is the reason that she
Perrin's
feels that way.
Mind, yeah.
Yeah,
my boy Perrin.
But it's sad that Mon and Perrin's marital troubles have filtered down to their daughter.
Well, yeah, that happens a lot, I would imagine, in broken homes, which is kind of... I think these are two people who would not be together if it wasn't for the position that they're in.
Yeah, the arranged marriage, and now that she has a position, it would look badly upon them to dissolve the marriage. It's just such an interesting thing because it's very mirrored in real life, and this is how a real family would work. It's not this sunny, everybody's happy, we're all on the same page, and we all hate the Empire. No, this is a family that is broken and dysfunctional.
Yeah, it's strange to almost see this in Star Wars because it's so just down to earth. Just everything about it is like, I could see that in any given home, you could see a scene like this playing out.
Right, where you want to save face in public, but behind the scenes, you take the jibs and jabs at each other.
Yeah.
It happens. Back to Cassian, he is very concerned about the plan when they're asking him questions about the loader that he wants to now fly out of this tunnel. I mean, are you sure it's on the rail? You guys don't know what you're doing. You're asking these questions not to test me, but because you don't know.
Yeah, that's why he's here.
Right, and this is the first time Cassian's getting a little shaken now because he's going, I thought I was coming here to help. Instead, they don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, it's a day left.
Yeah, a day left, and it's kind of terrifying. Then we get our first glimpse back at Ferrix. Ferrix.
The Empire is moving on in.
Yeah, the ISB. I don't remember his name. The ISB D-bag. He's come down to
ISDB,
kind of set up because he wants to find out why that Starpath unit is here. It's his operation. Then you've got his little dude in the pocket there who's like, can I be the prefect? Yeah. I want a title. I know it doesn't come with a pay raise, but my head needs to be swole more.
It's so petty. It's fantastic because you can just see that kind of
he wants to feel the power, even though he knows it's not a pay raise.
Yeah,
he wants to feel the power. I want the title.
He wants to lord it over other people. Yeah, I am prefect such and such. Yeah.
And then they're clearing out the Ferrix hotel to be a base. I'm like, that's just not right.
They don't care.
Then you go back to Aldhani, and you see Cassian and the others practicing their Imperial marching, and he proves how knowledgeable, how observant he is. It irks the rest of the group, But he is paying attention. He's
Yeah.
got those skills. Like, he notices
Yeah,
things and
I
he
mean,
remembers things, and that's important.
We're getting a glimpse of the actual spy and saboteur and everything that he's
Part
going
of
to
the
turn
reasons
into.
that Luthen wanted him in the first place is because
Exactly.
here's a thief who is observant. He walked into an Imperial base. Why? Not because he is skilled at it, but because he pays attention.
Yeah, he knew how to blend in.
Mm-hmm. And that is super important. Cassian's very paranoid, though, about that Sky Kyber juice. Once again, see him, well, let me move it into my boot now. Let me move it here.
Yeah.
He's got good reason, and because he knows he's there, and it's kind of dishonest what, he's there to get paid, everyone else isn't.
Yeah.
But that comes up again later. Next, we get our only look at Dedra the entire episode. She's still trying to prove that gut feeling she had about the organization, possibly of a uprising coming or a rebellion.
To be random.
Yes, and I think her aide is actually really good. He's not doing this because he's like sniffing out power. I think he really believes her. He really believes that she's doing the right job, that he trusts her instinct. And
Yeah,
he's like a really good number 2 for her.
Yeah. He's not just there because he wants a title or a pay raise or whatever.
No, he's like
motivate him.
Motivating her. Let's keep digging. I believe in you.
Yeah.
And so they do. And I really have props to her number 2.
The number 2. Yeah.
He's great. Then we see some more of Lieutenant Gorn. We hear of his past, that he was in love with a local Aldhani woman. He gave up a promotion for her because obviously he wanted to stay here and probably not get promoted off planet.
Yep.
Then he lost her, which they don't say how he lost her. And then he lost his taste for the Empire. And then you point out you love that quote that everybody has their own rebellion. This is his.
Yeah.
When he lost that Aldhani woman, was it due to the Empire, the Imperials? What happened to her that made him turn on them?
Well, I really feel like the whole episode is about these characters and what motivates them. Almost every character has something in it where you begin to really understand who they are and what they're all about and why they are doing the things that they do, be it on the side of the Empire or the rebellion.
It's kind of beautiful in a way that it's showing you that while all these people have different reasons for doing what they're doing, they're all coming together. They all don't have the same reason. They aren't all doing it because they're all Nemec, when they're all just believers in the cause. They each have a personal reason why this is what they're doing.
Yeah, it could be revenge, it could be money, it could be because you just have this belief like Nemec, or it could be on the Imperial side, you like a title, you want to have this position and you want to feel special. You could be Syril and have lost your way, and it's not the most exciting episode, but it is really interesting because you see all these different characters and the positions they're in and how they move about this galaxy.
And by the way, Gorn is a genius, Lieutenant Gorn.
I love Gorn.
I totally didn't really pay enough attention to it the first time around we watched this, but I love when he goes to the men, he's like, hey, this was supposed to be painted, and it wasn't painted. You're all going to be working here tonight, tomorrow night to be painting this. And he kind of just walks away, and they're like, but sir, we're posted to Aldhani, and it's the eye, and it's kind of the only thing we have going here. And so he's like, well, don't twist my arm. I guess we'll just have the bare minimum, but it better get done tomorrow.
It's brilliant.
He got them to convince him that they were going to be short-staffed there. He didn't choose it. He's doing it because they were begging for it. Yep. So can they really turn around and think no they turn around and go, well, Lieutenant Gorn wanted just the minimum here. No, they'll turn around and go, oh, shoot. We were the ones who asked for this. He had nothing to do with it. He was going to have us working.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
It is. It is so clever.
Yeah.
And I don't think I gave it enough credit the first time.
Yeah, honestly. I remember that I'll give myself credit. I was like, oh, that's smart. Because you see where that's going. He's giving himself kind of an alibi, essentially. Like, well, why would we suspect this guy? This guy, we had to beg him to not be on duty tonight.
Yeah.
Or tomorrow night.
And then we get into some last-minute turmoil in the group of would-be rebels, where Skeen takes Cassian's Sky Kyber. Cassian admits, hey, yeah, I'm being paid to be here. I'm not after your revenge. I'm not here because I'm a true believer. I'm here because I'm getting paid to be here.
Yeah.
And it
breaks
it's interesting.
Nemec's heart.
It does. It kind of breaks Nemec's heart.
I love Nemec in this because he's that young believer. He's that guy. He's that kid who thinks he has it all figured out, yet he hasn't gone through like anything in life yet. We've all go through that when you're young and you think, oh my goodness, like how has nobody figured out this world? Like it's so simple.
It's so simple.
And then you get older and you're like, you become the Skeens and the Cassians and everybody else, or the Luthen, and you see the reality of the world. It's not so simple as like, oh, I just write my manifesto and everything's going to be okay now.
But I like that Cassian pointed out to him that they were kind of going to use him as a scapegoat. It's not that I'm getting paid. It's not that you found this crystal on me, that you're freaking out now.
You're looking for an excuse.
You're looking for an excuse to losing your nerve because you're afraid.
Yeah, you want that reason to stop.
Right. And he points out that human condition to them, which I think bolsters their reassurance, that they're going to do this. I think in another point in time, Syril could have been Nemec. They both, honestly, have a
They're
very
like,
same
oh
naivete
yeah,
about them.
they both have this belief or this want
Mm-hmm.
to believe in them, and
Mm-hmm.
they are someone who, once they drink the Kool-Aid,
You
like
could
they're
switch
all in.
their positions, and they
Yeah.
would be doing the same thing. It's kind of cool that way. We heard also a story from Skeen about why he's doing it, that his brother had a farm. The farm was taken by the Empire, and then he ended up killing himself. And Skeen says that's
That's as close
why
as an
he's
apology.
in.
Yeah, you're gonna get.
Mm-hmm. Which is interesting because of he's been in,
Goes back
Skeen's
to-
got a past. We know
Yeah,
it.
well, yeah, it goes back to the we all have our own rebellion.
Mhm.
It's a perfect line.
And we end the episode with seeing Luthen one last time. The only time we see him in this whole episode. Kind of nervous.
Yeah.
Checking the radio over and over, and even though he knows it's going down tomorrow night, by the end of tomorrow, we'll all know how this goes. But he is nervous.
Yeah.
Because if this goes bad, Vel is steadfast. Vel won't crack on him, and he knows it. Cassian is his loose cannon, and he's terrified of. And this is the first glimpse we see that Cassian is a loose end to him, not some means to an end so much, but that Cassian could be a future issue to him.
Yeah, he doesn't want to.
It kind of balks you at your first moment going, wait, then what is Cassian's fate after this if he's afraid of Cassian before the job? Cassian's always going to be a fear for him.
Yeah, until he becomes for the cause himself.
Either kill me or take me in.
That might be the best, and that is saying something that might be the best line in the whole show, whole season.
I know that's not even anywhere near where we are right now.
No, that's final. That's like the last line of the whole season.
Even this here almost sets this whole thing up. Hearing how afraid Luthen seems to be of Cassian.
Yeah,
Cassian has seen me. Cassian has an idea of who I am. Cassian's been on the Fondor, my ship.
Yeah, cool ship.
Cassian has a link to me, and he's not for the cause. He has not drank the Kool-Aid, as you put it.
Yeah.
He is the loose end. It's frightening to him.
No, it's so good because, again, you're seeing all these characters. It's not really, the funny thing about Andor is it's hard to describe what it's about because it's so many different characters, so many different motivations, so many different sides. It's fascinating. It does get better the more you watch it and the more you realize what is actually going on that you may have missed the first time around.
The stakes, the in-depth characters, it's a beautiful thing.
All right, well, that is going to be all we got for you this time. Now it is your turn. Take to the comments below. Tell us what you think of Episode 5 of Andor, and let's talk some Star Wars. And so until next time, thanks for watching.